Hey guys, what's up? Fumber here, and today I've got a video reviewing the new perks from GWD Dungeon 2. This video will be focusing on two perks in particular, Planted Feet, which is unlocked from Saren reputation, and Aftershock, which is unlocked from Zara's reputation. The other perks don't seem as useful in comparison to these ones, so I won't be covering those in this video. To get these perks you have to buy either the new weapons or armor for the appropriate faction, augment them, and I'd recommend leveling them up to level 9 for 4 times components, and then disassembling them. Ouch. Once you have the components you can use them in a weapon gizmo to make your perk. With Aftershock you can use 4 components to get a chance for rank 3, or you can use 5 for a guaranteed rank 3. I don't have any footage of it, but for Planet Feet you only need 2 components per gizmo for a 100% chance to get Planet Feet since there's only 1 rank. Just one thing I'd like to talk about before reviewing the perks is how they actually affect the optimal combination of perks to use. In my opinion, it's best to take Aftershock on your weapon if you have biting 3, since having Aftershock will allow biting to work, unlike with Equilibrium. And at this stage I'm not sure if it's ever going to be fixed. And before. Another thing is, if you prefer using Equilibrium or don't want to use Aftershock because it's too expensive, then it's better to just boycott using augmented bodies and use a T90 power armor body instead, with Impatient plus Devoted and Crackling on your legs. This way you won't lose out on any DPS, since biting wouldn't have worked anyway. Alrighty boys and girls, now let's move on to reviewing the perks. First of all, let's take a look at Aftershock. Aftershock does 120% ability damage per 50k damage you do, or at least that's what it says. In reality, it's capped at proccing only once per minute, making it pretty damn underwhelming. And from what I can see, it's not affected by overloads or turmoil or ultimates like Berserk or Death Swiftness. The average hit seems to be anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5k, so let's say it's a 2k. Being a flat hit, not a percentage multiplier, much like Crackling, the DPS increase that you'll receive from Aftershock is dependent on how much damage you're doing. With an average hit of 2k per minute, if you're doing 100k damage per minute, that's a 2% damage increase. But if you're doing 150k damage per minute, that's only a 1.33% damage increase. That's how it works currently, but if it were to work correctly and proc every 50k damage like it's supposed to, it's about a 4% damage increase on average, because if you're doing more damage, it would be going off more often. The next perk we're going to be looking at is Planted Feet. What this perk does is increases the duration of Berserk, Death Swiftness, and Sunshine by 25%, but decrease their usefulness by 20%. So looking at that, you might think, but Thunbra, that's the same damage as using Death Swiftness without Planted Feet. But no, it's not, actually. Where Planted Feet holds value is that you get more adrenaline during your ultimate, which allows for more thresholds to be used during that time. So I'll be comparing a few combos that you can do with and without Planted Feet, using very similar rotations and comparing the damage per minute that I come up with, thanks to my trusty Rune Metrics Pro. So with the given information, let's crunch some numbers. Planet Feet plus Adren Pod equals 87k damage in 37 seconds, which is blah 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 blah. Everything is on screen to look at. I'll give you a second. Go on, have a look. Well, what kind of a conclusion can we draw from this? It's clear that it's better not to use planet feet if you do have an adrenaline pod, and if you don't have an adrenaline pod, it is much better to use planet feet. The best places I found to use planet feet is at raids when DPSing, when you don't have an adrenaline pod and you need ulti, and at Araxor P1 if you use an ultimate because you won't have an adrenaline pod from the last kill. Could also see it being used at Virago, but overall this is a pretty decent perk. Would rate 8 out of 8.